Welcome back. Today we'll be creating the Spirit Guide, a Duskwalker whose mission is to help free spirits and allow them to return to the Boneyard. This will be the first of 2 thematic characters for the Abomination Adventure Path. Hi, I'm Yovel. I'll be going through the core features of the Spirit Guide today. We are starting with a human with a Duskwalker heritage, granting low light vision. This is further enhanced into dark vision when we take the Gravesight feat. At 5th level, Spirit Soother will aid the Spirit Guide in finding haunts and potentially other trapped spirits that will need help being freed. Duskwalker magic grants the use of augury to give direction of where to go next, and gentle repose to preserve corpses, especially when there are necromancers about. When fighting higher level necromancers who have access to spells with the death effects or use spells like Channel Harm to heal their minions and damage the Spirit Guide, the benefits of Resist Ruin can help mitigate these circumstances. Traveling to and from the Boneyard can help the Spirit Guide to escape, especially if they end up entering a dungeon location that is teeming with many high-level undeads and their allies. The Return background grants the Die Hard feat, making the Spirit Guide harder to kill in combat. The Spirit Guide is a follower of Barzak, the monitor demon god known as the Passage. Barzak manages the dead roads, the back doors between each plane and the mortal world. While Barzak is tasked with transporting souls to their proper destination, the demigod rarely attends to their task. The Spirit Guide takes it upon themselves to care for the lost souls and help them along the way. The Spirit Guide's class will be the Sorcerer, and being returned, their bloodline is the Psychopomp. This bloodline grants the Divine Spell list and the Sepulchral Mask Focus spell. This deals damage to targets within the emanation with mental damage, but can be changed from mental to negative or positive from the blood magic. At higher levels, the initial emanation radius increases. Creatures that fail a save have a penalty to their will save, where the Spirit Guide and others can take advantage. Blessed Blood grants the Spirit Guide access to Barzak's spell list. The spells accessible now to the Spirit Guide are Longstrider, Knock, and Teleport. Divine Evolution grants an additional spell slot at the Spirit Guide's highest level to cast Heal or Harm. Advanced Bloodline grants the Spirit Veil Focus spell. This spell grants the Spirit Guide invisibility to undead creatures while concealed to the living. At higher levels, the Spirit Guide can target their allies, enabling them to infiltrate and explore places teeming with undeads and haunts safely. Soul Sight allows the Spirit Guide to focus on living or unliving creatures, giving them insight to who or what might be in a room or space. Greater Bloodline grants the Shepherd of Souls focus spell. This spell allows the Spirit Guide to sacrifice some health to reduce the damage and may heal an ally. Greater Spirit Evolution enables the Spirit Guide to become fully effective against incorporeal creatures and those who would attempt tactics such as possession or projection. Bloodline Focus increases the speed of recovering focus points to keep up with the Bloodline abilities Sepulchral Mask, Spirit Veil, and Shepherd of Souls. Interweave Dispel is a meta-magic ability granting the Spirit Guide attempts to remove one magical effect on the target, whether good or bad. Greater Vital Evolution grants 2 more spell slots, though the downside is that the 2 spells must be of different spell levels. Bloodline Mutation allows the Spirit Guide to take on the aspect of Psychopomps. The associated creatures would be the Nosoi or the Vanth. As a result, the Spirit Guide would have to choose between accessing a fly speed or gaining resistance 20 to negative damage. And here we have the stat distribution for the Spirit Guide, primarily focusing on Charisma. And here is a feat progression. We'll be filling our level 18 feat with the Bloodline Focus feat. As we are dealing with the dead and undead, occultism and religion will aid the Spirit Guide when investigating their locations. Oddity Identification grants a bonus to occultism checks to identify items that have traits that would be associated with the bizarre or have connections to haunts. Root Magic grants a bonus to saving throws against spells or haunts once per day, and the bonus increases with the proficiency. Assured Identification prevents the effects of critical failures on identifying items. The added bonus is a safeguard when attempting to identify cursed objects. Consulting the spirits to gather information by speaking to the lingering spirits, psychic echoes of the departed dead, spirits from beyond reality, who tell you about things like strange auras, effects, or the presence of unnatural occult beings. Consulting them through the path of religion reveals the presence of angelic, demonic, or other spirits in services of these beings. They provide information about sources of positive or negative energy, sacred or profane influences, or the presence of undead. Seeking guidance from the teachings of Barzak can give clues to the spirit guide on where to go or how to deal with a particular situation. The spells granted by the Psychopomp bloodline focus on purifying undeads and spirits. The cantrip is Disrupt Undead, a ranged spell that deals positive damage to undead creatures, and if they critically fail their save, they become Enfeebled 1. Heal, whether 1, 2, or 3 actions, will have its uses to heal allies and harm the undead. Long Strider granted by Blessed Blood increases the movement speed, allowing the spirit guide to either chase down or escape from foes. Calm emotions can be used on creatures or spirits distressed about their new situation, whether recently turned to ghosts or revenants racked with rage and despair. Knock will aid with opening ancient or sturdy locks that may have been used to seal away haunted houses or locations. Searing Light, a single target attack spell that can be useful with countering magical darkness. Some undeads and ghosts may have access to teleportation. To prevent them from escaping when things are not looking their way, Dimensional Anchor will be the key spell. When these undeads and ghosts are unable to teleport, they may retaliate using their spell slot to use necromantic attacks to survive. Death Ward helps provide resistances to these effects. Spirit Blast is a single target spell against incorporeal, projected, or creatures possessing others. While Dimensional Anchor prevents foes from teleporting, having the means of teleporting can save the spirit guide by moving to an unknown location before casting Plane Shift to recuperate at the Boneyard. Finger of Death deals flat negative damage to a target. Spirit Song is the upgraded version of Spirit Blast, where instead of it being single target, it is a 60-foot cone. And finally, Massacre, dealing negative damage in a line. But it is a double-edged spell, as if nothing dies as a result of the spell, everyone in the line, including the caster, takes an additional 30 negative damage. This is reduced slightly by the spirit guide taking on the Bloodline Mutation and choosing the negative 20 resistance. And here we have our focus spells in action. Here are the feats, skills, and spells discussed in today's video. Leave a comment below on your thoughts of the Spirit Guide. Next week we'll be discussing a Ghost Hunter. Until then, take care.